Hello everyone, my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my channel, Let's Talk with LaPrecious. So today I will be doing a book review on You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. I'm sure a lot of you who follow Annihilator or Anaya Ivy, what is she? She's Puerto Rican and Cape Verdean. She does like a lot of YouTube videos on beauty, makeup, spiritualism, and she's also a model for Black Radiance. But I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen her ad in Walmart in the makeup section where they sell Black Radiance. And I remember when she did a video on spiritual baths, she had this book that was on there. And I, became interested in it. And I'm like, well, if she's reading it, then it has to be good. I mean, when I saw this book in Walmart, I didn't even know what it was about or nothing. I just picked it up because she had, and I'm like, well, if I read it, and maybe I get to learn the gems that she teaches so much in her videos. So I just finished this book a few days ago when I got off the plane from Miami, because you all know that for Thanksgiving and even the week after Thanksgiving, I was in Miami with a friend of mine. And so when I was on my way back, I decided to finish up the last few chapters of this book. And I can honestly say it was a really good read. Now, this book is pretty much a self help book. You pretty much learn how to analyze your way of thinking and how, since a lot of us have this poverty mindset, it's really a way how you can recognize you have a poverty mindset, pinpoint why you have a poverty mindset, and work your way out of it. Because the first section, the book is split up in different sections or different parts. The first section talks about how you got this way, like what was the reason for you having a poverty mindset. And then the second part, let's see, is how to embrace your inner badass. And it's pretty much breaking down like how did you get this way? Like what is your true potential? What are you capable of doing? This book is truly inspiring. I can honestly say that this book helped me realize my self-worth, realize who I am as a person, and realize what I'm capable of doing, and realize how if I don't like the way that my life is going, or if I don't like something about myself, that I have the right to change it and that I can change it. Because it's sad that we live in a day and age where we believe that you have to live a certain lifestyle, look a certain way, or be from a certain background just to be successful. And that's not the case. As long as you have a job where you're making some kind of money, and it doesn't have to be $1 billion job or anything like that, you can start where you're at. If you have a job where you work $8 an hour or a $10 an hour job, 15-hour job, depending on your situation, because I know some people they work those kinds of jobs and they have families and bills and whatnot. And after they pay all the bills and take care of the family, they may not have anything left. But speaking from my experience as a single woman that still lives at home with her parents and I don't really have to pay any bills except for my own bills, you can take a little bit of that money and say you want to look better. Put some money aside, get your hair fixed. It makes you feel good, makes you feel different. You want your face to look better. I just did a video about how to properly cleanse your face, and I said the products in that video cost about $15. Go to the store, buy that, make your face look cleaner, make your face look better. If you want makeup, there's plenty of makeup YouTube videos about how to look better with makeup. Then you can start off wearing makeup. I personally got interested in makeup from Instagram because I liked the way that makeup looked. And my mom was very interested in makeup. And I remember when I was younger, people always tend to say that I looked prettier when I had makeup on versus when I didn't. And so, since I wanted to look prettier with makeup and whatnot, I decided to get into some makeup tutorials and go to the store, through trial and error and find out what works for my face. And so, I started doing that and I started learning about the wigs. You can start off getting good wigs for $20, then get some that's 50, then 100, 200, whatever floats your boat. You can find any kind of wig that makes your hair look good. And even if you're not into makeup or hair or anything like that, get into a new sport. Find a country club or find a sports team at your local school, high school, college, elementary school, or anywhere and join it and get involved in it. You may have to pay a membership fee. Find out how the membership fee is. Pay it, get started, and there you go. And see, these things are really easy to do. But I think that we get so used to saying, oh, I can't do that. Oh, they're not going to accept me or they're not going to like me. You know, what do I look like doing this? What do I look like having this? What do I look like being this? And we talk so much to ourselves in a negative way that we talk ourselves out of our blessings and out of our opportunities and out of positive outcomes that we can have in our lives if we would just stop downplaying ourselves, pretty much doubting ourselves. And I think a lot of us have become that way because we hear other people say it. And a lot of times those ideas are projected on us. You know, you're not a nurse, you're not a doctor, you're not a teacher, you're not this. And we live in such an elitist society where people always want to shorten you or shorthand you in opportunities because of your background and your profession, your color, your size, anything that they see out of the picture of perfection, they want to talk you out of it. But we have to have the ability to crack those barriers open and to tear them down and just be ourselves. Because, you know, one thing I noticed about life is that, you know, now we live in a diversity era. The people who are traditionally doctors and lawyers are no longer traditionally doctors and lawyers. You know, I've traveled to many different places. I live here in North Carolina, I've lived in Nevada, I've been to New York, I've been to Miami, and I've seen people in different professions look different ways, carry themselves in different ways. And in a lot of places, these people will not be a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer, or anything. And see, that's the beautiful thing about living in a diversity era is that what was once taken from us or was once bared from us, now we have the freedom and the opportunity to do it. And a lot of us are doing it. And it's changing the face of professions, it's changing the face of music, of literature, everything. And it really made me think about Cardi B. Everybody knows Cardi B has received a lot of hate, a lot of downfall, whatever. And I've even expressed how I didn't like Cardi B due to, you know, cultural appropriation, things like that. But one thing that made me look at it was despite how she is, I think a lot of people did not want her being a rapper or being the new queen of hip hop, as we call it, because she's not black and she's not this pristine, dolled up, cookie cutter image of a female rapper. You know, we had Missy, we had Eve, we had Foxy, we had Kim, we had Queen Pen, Queen Latifah, and Nicki, and all of them seemed to have that package where they had this realm or era and whatnot that they fit in. Cardi, you know, I'm a stripper hoe. You know, I got tattoos, I'm ratchet, I'm wild. You know, I can wear my hair like this, I'm cussing, I'm doing this and that. And she just blew up to such, you know, imminent fame. And I think a lot of people were not expecting that and they didn't want that because she didn't go the traditional route where you had to rap on street corners and beatbox in front of corner stores and whatnot in New York like the past rappers did, like Biggie, Big Pun, and Nicki and all of them. She pretty much used Instagram and blew up from that, then got on Love and Hip Hop and she only stayed on there for like a hot minute. Then she became this world renowned rapper. And I think that due to her being so different and so unique from what the other rappers were, that's why people hate her so much because they're like, well, why is it that we had to go along the lines or go along the rules of hip hop and rap and whatnot, and you didn't? And I, you know, and I believe that due to the era we live in, she was made for this time, and it was really time for her to branch out so that that barrier could be broken about, oh, in order to be a rapper, you got to look like this, you got to be this, you got to be that. So I think that we're gonna see a lot of Cardi B's coming up in history in order for everybody to be able to sit at the table and eat. I mean, a lot of us are, but as far as publicly, we still have a long ways to go for everybody to be able to sit at that table and just be, you know, themselves and everybody have their own fan bases and people and whatnot to be. be into them and for them to have their own family to make their own money. And so going along in this book, you have part 4, how to get over your BS already, pretty much telling you how you need to get over those self doubts and those fears. And I really like this book because it's not preachy, it's an easy read, and it's simple. I used to be into the Christian self help books, but I got out of that because I just feel like a lot of the Christian self help books, they use God and the Bible as a cover up to try to hide us from the truth. And that's why when we go to church and we read the Bible, sometimes we still don't get nothing out of it or we leave more confused. But with this book, since it's not Christian based and it's more logic based, it's an easy read and it pretty much gives you step by step as to what to do. And that's why I like this book so much. This book is considered a #1 New York Times best-selling book. I've seen this book not only with Annihilator, but I've seen other people start to read this book as well. And I can honestly say it's a good book. Now, this is not Jen's only book. She also has one about making money called You Are a Badass at Making Money, Master the Mindset of Wealth. And that book, ironically, comes in green. And I think that I may go ahead and buy that book and see what that one is about. Because, whether we want to realize it or not, we all don't want to struggle. We all want to have money to do what we want to do, pay our bills, and to live our lives. And I know I do. And I know there have been times in my life where I made money, whether it was a lot or a little bit, but I want to be wealthy where I can work so much and my money can work for me, where I can simply leave a job or retire at an early age, and whether I'm asleep, living, or whatever, I'm still making money. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, leave a comment in the comment section, and have a good day.